Hey, I'm Z Dragon Warrior, and this is Buffing a Pokemon. This is a little show where I talk about buffing Pokemon. I give them stat buffs, ability changes, move pool updates, and even go over some new potential movesets. In today's video, I'm talking about Lycanroc, Midday and Midnight. Now, before I even want to start talking about the buff, I need to talk about Lycanroc Dust Form. We don't know much about it currently, but how I currently see it is that Lycanroc's Dust Form is going to be essentially the combination of two, with essentially Midnight's defensive stats and Midday's speed. I mean, it gets both Counter and Excel Rock, so that's what I'm currently taking. With Dust Form's existence, it kind of makes it hard to boost Midday and Midnight. Hell, it limits what it can do with Midnight, as Dusk is going to have to get the attacks that Midnight and Midday are both going to be able to get, and that just limits Midnight. Now, when it comes to both Midday and Midnight, they're both outclassed by Pokemon of the same type and of different types. For Midday, it's just in general outclassed by faster and stronger hitting Pokemon. For Midnight, I don't know how you're supposed to use this thing properly. Like, its gimmick is supposed to be it taunts you, has you get up close, and then it hits back. I don't know how you're supposed to properly utilize something like that. And as for the stat buffs that I would give them, Midday I would give a boost to its speed, while Midnight I'm just giving a small boost to its speed and bigger boost to defense. I know these aren't the greatest stat buffs in the world, but remember, Dusk still exists, and it's intended to be the best of both worlds. Outside of one small little niche that the other might have, Dusk is intended to be the best choice, which in general makes it hard to give the other two buffs, as Dusk is just going to be better, and you can't have a Pokemon with like base 90 defenses, near 130 speed, and 115 attack. That would be a tiny bit overpowered. Now, when it comes to Lycanroc's abilities, they're mostly based around their lore. For Midday, it has to deal with deserts, and it's a fast Pokemon, seeing as how it has the abilities Keen Eye, Sand Rush, and Steadfast. But of them all, I would probably replace Steadfast for something like Strong Jaw. It is a wolf still, and they typically do bite very hard, so that's why I'm saying Strong Jaw. I'm not saying Steadfast doesn't make sense, I'm just saying Steadfast sucks. And that's why I think Strong Jaw is a bit of a better choice, as it gives Lycanroc at least something it can do with other attacks, like the Fang attacks it gets for breeding. I mean, hey, it's the best I can think of for Midday. As for Midnight, Midnight is a desert-dwelling Pokemon at night. That's why it gets Vital Spirit. And its personality, it's very cocky. It likes having opponents get up close, and then Lycanroc then counterattacks them. That's why it has no guard. Keen Eye though, deserts are very inactive during the night, unlike the day. That doesn't really work well with something like Keen Eye. I don't get why it carries it. I think Keen Eye should be replaced with Intimidate, partially because of Midnight's glowing eyes. There are other Pokemon, for example Luxray, who get Intimidate because of their glowing eyes. So, it works for Lycanroc. In competitive use, it allows Lycanroc to be a bit tankier. Give it something like Intimidate with an Assault Vest, and bam, you got a tankier Pokemon. But that isn't all the issues that these Pokemon have, and that's what the next segment is going to be about. Now, when it comes to giving Lycanroc new attacks, again, you gotta keep in Dusk. Dusk is supposed to be the best of both worlds. Like I said before, it's going to get all the moves that the other two can get. So it really does screw over Midnight as to what it can get. And yeah, it really does suck to be Midnight, but I'll try to improve both of them move pool wise while keeping it to limits. Starting off with Midday Lycanroc, a new level up move I would give it is Extreme Speed, both the fastest and highest base power priority move in the game. At base 80 power, it would help Midday be able to, attack things with something other than Excel Rock. Moving on to Midnight though, I would give it Endure. Endure is a move that would make sense, as it's meant to be, hold out until the last moment. There's also a nice little strategy with Endure with another attack that Lycanroc gets, and I think it could work. Now going into attacks that both would be able to learn, Close Combat. It would get this for breeding with either an Arcanine, Infernape, or potentially Lucario. Essentially, the idea behind Close Combat is there are other Pokemon like Arcanine who can get Close Combat. I don't see why Lycanroc couldn't get it. I mean, Lycanroc's breeding pool is very limited, and we don't really know how Dusk could work. Maybe Dusk can breed to produce more Dusk Lycanrocs, or maybe it's a situation like Cosplay Pikachu where you can't. I hope it's not like that. But anyway, going on from that, Aerial Ace. Seeing as how there are Pokemon like Tyranitar and Slacking who get Aerial Ace, I just find it weird that Lycanroc doesn't get Aerial Ace. It wouldn't really be a great attack on either of them. I'm just saying that's weird that they don't get it. Going on to an attack that might be useful for Midnight, Iron Tail. They're more likely going to get this through Move Tutor, which, you know, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon more than likely are going to have. Iron Tail is a base 100 Steel type move with 75 accuracy, so again, could be useful for Midnight. Not really much else use that I can come up with it. I mean, it's an okay attack, I guess, but again, it's mostly just going to be what they're going to get, and it's kind of hard to think of a large sum of things to improve Lycanroc. To a move that I hope becomes a Move Tutor attack, Hone Claws. I'm kinda sad that Hone Claws has been removed from the TM lineup, and I hope it becomes a Move Tutor attack. I could see this move being a bit more useful on midday than midnight. I mean, it could maybe be useful on like an odd midnight set, but yeah, I really do hope that Hone Claws comes in. Seeing as how it can increase attack and accuracy, it's one of the only attacks that can increase accuracy, it would be a benefit to Pokemon who typically rely on moves like Stone Edge. An attack that's partially just here for type coverage sake, Wild Charge. There are some oddities that get Wild Charge, and there are also some rock types that get Thunderbolt. So I don't think that giving Lycanroc Wild Charge would be too out of idea. I mean, it can still work into a way, but it is a bit of an odd choice, and I don't know if it can actually get it. But I'd hope it would be able to. An attack I didn't even know that they didn't get until recently, Ice Fang. I'm not making this up. They can't get Ice Fang for some reason. They get Fire Fang and Thunder Fang, but not Ice. They breed with Pokemon that get Ice Fang. I don't understand why they don't get Ice Fang through breeding. It's not like it would break them. There are ground types who get Ice Fang through breeding. Pokemon like Stoutland get Ice Fang through breeding. I'm pretty sure Rhyperior gets Ice Fang through breeding. What's the argument for Lycanroc? And to finish off the attacks, we have Sandstorm. This is mostly just here because none of the Pokemon in the family can learn it for some reason, despite being rock types. That's weird to me. Why don't they get Sandstorm? They live in deserts. I don't understand that. Why do they not get Sandstorm? There are Pokemon who don't even relate to Sandstorm who get it. Why do these Pokemon not get Sandstorm for some reason? And now it's time for the movesets. How I'm going to be doing this is I'm going to give a moveset for midday, then I'm going to do a moveset for midnight, and then I'm just going to swap between the two of them. So midday's first moveset, you would utilize this in Sandstorm with Sand Rush for your ability, with your main attack being Rock Slide or Stone Edge, maybe even Cell Rock, with Crunch, Close Combat, and Swords Dance to increase your attack. You'd run this with a Life Orb. Now Midnight's first moveset, this is more of a suicidal Stealth Rock lead, utilizing No Guard, Stone Edge, Iron Tail, Crunch, and Stealth Rock. You would give this either a Focus Sash, Life Orb, or Leftovers. Midday, utilizing its new ability Strong Jaw, you give this one either Excel Rock, Rock Slide, or Stone Edge, with Crunch, Ice Fang, and either Thunder Fang, Swords Dance, Hone Claws, or maybe Extreme Speed. You'd give this a Life Orb, Choice Band, maybe a Choice Scarf. This midday moveset I would imagine as a choice Pokemon, with Sand Rush for its ability just to get that speed boost, with Stone Edge or Excel Rock, with Close Combat, Crunch, and Extreme Speed. Midday's last moveset I'd imagine being somewhat of a Hitmonlee moveset, utilizing Reversal and Endure, with No Guard for your ability, while carrying good old Stone Edge, and maybe Substitute if you want to take away taking damage. You could also run it with Crunch instead, or maybe Sucker Punch. You would give this a Scalec Berry, and try to hope that you don't die. This last midday moveset I'd imagine being run as a suicidal Stealth Rock, with Focus Sash as your item, and the ability doesn't really matter for it, with Stealth Rock, Excel Rock, Extreme Speed, and potentially a Swords Dance. And that's it for Lycanroc. Lycanroc is probably one of the hardest Pokemon I could think of buffs for because it's very basic, somewhat like a Gen 1 Pokemon where you can't really mess around with it too much. And along with that, Dusk really does screw over the potential of a lot of them. Like, I want to give Midnight access to elemental punches through Move Tutor, but then I remembered Dusk also probably has to learn those, and it's hard to justify a quadruped as to why it gets punching attacks. I really do want to make Lycanroc better, but Dusk really did screw over the potential. Well, it didn't currently, it might in the future. We still don't know how it works, but that's just how I see it going, with how they're showing off Lycanroc Dusk. It does really suck for these Pokemon that they're not going to be as useful, but I mean, hey, it's just speculation. I don't know what's going to happen for the future of these Pokemon, I just give out some ideas. So anyway, I'm Z Dragon Warrior, and see you guys next time.